Ladles and jelly spoons, bugs and grubs, potatoes of all ages, it's time for a stream! It's time for the Wizard of Oz, which we started with Adelaide United before jetting off to South Korea with the mighty Shenyang Dragons. We won everything there. Look at all those trophies, they're glorious. K-Leagues and Cups and Champions Leagues, oh my. Then we set off for Italy, lovely Italy, with Palermo FC, most beautiful kit in world football, but we bailed on them because there was no money to spend, and that's not much fun. And now we find ourselves at Arminia Bielefeld, and after an epic couple of seasons, we are going to be a part of the Bundesliga. The Wizard of Oz is our main save for Football Manager 23, get to Europe, win the Champions League is the goal. We're one step closer to achieving that milestone. It's probably still going to be a while, but that's what we do around these parts. That's what we're all here for, and that's what we're all here to see. But we haven't been for the last few days because this jerk, that's right, this jerk hasn't been here. I've been interstate. I've been off in Melbourne, where I went to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Now, if you aren't aware, and you may not be, especially if you're new here, and if you are, welcome along. Good to have you, and if you're watching the VOD, keep watching the VODs. Very, very cool. I've been a fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers since a little bit before Blood Sugar Sex Magic came out. First track I ever heard from them was Higher Ground, which is on the album Mother's Milk. I was very, very young, but I've always been a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan, and I had never seen them live. I'm over 40 years old now, so I've been waiting over 30 years to see this band, and oh my god, it was phenomenal. There's been news reports here in Australia during this tour. Turns out a bunch of my fellow countrymen are morons, absolute morons, in that they've gone to see Red Hot Chili Peppers play, they come out of the gig and they're all whinging saying that was a waste of money and I shouldn't have gone because they didn't play this song or they didn't play that song. They're on a world tour. They released 2 new albums last year or within the last 12 months, and people are sucking because they didn't play songs that are nearly 25, 30, 35 years old. Ridiculous. Good news for me is that most of the songs people complaining that Red Hot Chili Peppers weren't playing at their shows, they friggin' played. It was phenomenal. The set list is online. I recorded so much video of the show just for myself so I could remember it. The biggest thing for me, one of my favorite guitarists of all time, John Frusciante of Red Hot Chili Peppers, was back in the band, and he was there and he was playing, and I just wanted to hear him play, and it was unreal. It really was a very magical and slightly emotional experience for me, not gonna lie. There's a couple of songs, first few notes rang out, or the first few chords, and I cried. I'm a grown man, and that band made me cry, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it one iota, because it meant a lot to me. So they've got a few dates left. I'm sure they're playing again tonight in Melbourne. I'm back home, obviously, here in the DP Dome, and yeah, I can't speak highly enough of that show. Getting out of the stadium was a freaking nightmare, but yeah, I absolutely loved it. So I'm still pretty pumped after that. The other thing I'm pumped about is a friend of the stream who pops in all the time, Mr. Dropbear169, became the first ever subscriber on the channel during our last stream. The first stream we did, I believe, with ads and all that garbage enabled. And they're running now. We ran right at the start, so we've got a good 15 minutes before the next one has to go. But as promised, we'll be dodging any match action and all that sort of stuff through the stream. There is something else I'll show a little bit later on that we organised, or that I organised, and yeah, came out pretty well. Anyway, let's dive in and save. We'll get everybody up to speed on where we're at, because some of you may have missed some of the action of late. We're top of the league. We're not really. It's in alphabetical order because the season hasn't started. But this is the Bundesliga, the big time. The first gig we've had in a top division in Europe. We made it. Finishing second in the end. We came very close to winning the league last season, but we couldn't quite get over the hump. It's fine. I'm not even disappointed. In terms of transfers, if we have a look at the transfer history, there's been a bit of movement here. I don't think I need to move my head. Yeah, we can see everybody. So Francesco Ricci left on loan. Bramsborg is gone. He was a midfielder. He had a ton of potential. We just weren't using him. And with the step up to the Bundesliga, he's not ready. We can't afford to be carrying him at this point. Same with Salou. However you say his name, we just never used him, so what's the point? Stefano Russo, he was a defensive mid. It was a very handy option. He wanted to leave. He wasn't happy with the game time. We let him go. And then Königsdorfer, who was a really important part of our promotion push, playing on the right wing. When he was fit, he was consistent, but it's that fitness that was the problem. He wanted to leave. We got 3 million for him, which is pretty good value. So we let him go. To replace all of those players, a couple of these guys were lined up way before the transfer window opened. So Antoine Gill is, I believe, a left winger who's come in to basically play left wing for us. He's 23. He's almost got a really good love heart shape going. His attacking's not the best, but his speed, his physicals are up there. Technical ability, he should be a good option for us. Robert Kuhn is a director of football thing, so I don't know why I clicked on him. Clicked on him. Gendry is another youngster we brought in. I believe we signed both of those on freeze. Yes, we did. Daniel Floor from Bayern has come in to deputise at left back. 22 years old, 4.5-star potential. Obviously, he's not all there. His defending's not awesome. Speed's fantastic, and his attacking kind of sucks. But hopefully he'll develop and go the right way with a bit of mentoring. Got some promise. Milos Wojciechowski is a player we've had our eye on for a while. Pursued him a couple of windows ago. Couldn't get the deal over the line. He's 3.5-star player. We needed a centre-back. He is absolutely a centre-back. That's all he can do. He's going to be fine to help partner our other youngsters. Francesco Ricci we got for just under $1 million. from, I believe, Bologna. It was written right there on the screen, and I still got it wrong. He's another left back, can provide a little bit of cover at the right and on the left wing, which could be handy. Just another option to try and fill it out, a little bit more cover. Mikhail Zukowski we got from a grown-up Bayern, not Bayern 2, for $500,000. He's a striker, and he's got an almost perfect little love heart shape. It's not as quick as I'd like, which is a bit of an iffy one, but hopefully we can train that into him. In fact, I'll get him working on that in a minute, remind me. But everything else looks good. Work on his aerials. He's got time to develop, but hopefully he's going to do a job for us. And then Elias Stenman is another winger who can play on the left or the right or provide cover up front, which is not ideal, but he is nice and quick. Again, he's 24, 4.5 star potential, but at 24 he may not fill that out. But if he has a good run of form, chances are that will occur. And again, just giving us a bit of cover. So our squad at the moment looks a little bit like this. I don't know if this is starter, if I've just hit quick pick, but we've still got Victor Gali knocking about the place. Ribeiro still here in goal. Donati's still going to be our starting right back, but we do have cover with Zanola, who can also play on the left, which is a good thing. We're spoiled for choice at left back. Duma is coming in permanently. We splashed the cash. It's not showing up on the transfer thingy yet. But we've signed him. Mediator is still here. He's going to be playing centre-back for us as well. Diego Costa's still here with all those left-backs we've signed. Park Sung-min, definitely our defensive mid. Conor Gillespie and Chuck Mann are no-brainers. In central midfield, Gali, Dadai. Dadai was awesome last season. Really stepped up. So he's a starting left winger. Victor Gali's on the right. Again, we've got cover there with Antoine Gill. Floor can play up there, and Stenman. Tavares is still here. Hopefully he keeps developing and gets better than he was last season. But he's there as cover up front. Moving down, we've still got Ron Schellenberg here, but he'll possibly be leaving. And all these guys, very sad. Seb Richter, Edgar Law, Ivan Pollard, especially Pollard, are all going to be leaving at the end of their loan agreements. We keep having a look to see about loaning Pollard. It's not going to happen. They want him in the first team, and after the season he had, I honestly can't say I blame them, not at all. So we've still got a lot of room in the squad, but we don't have a lot of money left for the remainder of the window without selling. Anyone with decent value to sell we absolutely need to keep to have any chance of staying up, and that's going to be I've also, I've put in an offer for this guy just to give us some cover. Defensive mid, it's not very quick. Midfield, centre back, he can do a job. He's just there to cover in case Parker gets injured or is hauled away on international duty. So that's a whole thing. What was I going to look at? Finances? No, club vision. So the mission, try to avoid relegation on the Bundesliga. They want to stay up. We want to